To need some gloves for this, Rylie mumbled, using 2 fingers to lift an aluminum can from the pile, while attempting to avoid whatever brownish goo was clinging to its surface. At least no one was around to witness the garbage fiasco. Rylie had purchased this place on the outskirts of Denver a month ago, moving from her downtown apartment, and hadn't seen a single neighbor, which suited her introverted personality to a T. Rylie spied another aluminum can in the back of the pile, close to the garage wall. Spreading her feet wider, she leaned forward, extending her arm as far as possible, her other arm behind her for counterbalance. The can lurked a bare inch away from her fingertips.
"Looks like a minor disaster,"
said a male voice behind her. Rylie jumped at the sound. Her balance faltered. Flapping her arms in desperation, her body seemed to fall in slow motion. With a cry of dismay, she fell onto her hands and knees in the slimy garbage. Something wet soaked into the knees of her jeans.
"I'm so sorry. Are you okay?"
"I'm fine," she murmured, though there was nothing fine about her situation. Which was worse, falling in garbage or having a stranger witness it? "Please let him be the mailman." "No, it needs to be someone I'll never see again. Let him be a door-to-door salesman. That'd be perfect. And let him be old and gray and missing some front teeth. The more hideous, the better. And make him someone who hates country music so he doesn't know my sister."
"Let me help you up."
The voice was close and vaguely familiar. A large sneaker stepped beside her, compressing a plastic carton that oozed brownish-green avocado dip. Then a well-muscled arm came into view on her left, fingers extended.
"Here, take my hand."
Even a cursory glance confirmed her fears. The arm didn't belong to an old man. Typical. She was always consistent, even where bad luck was concerned. At least don't let him be good-looking. She took a deep breath for courage, and immediately regretted it, as nasty fumes accosted her tongue and throat. "Thanks," she croaked out, following up with a hoarse cough. She kept her head down as she picked up her left hand, vainly wiping the grime on her t-shirt, and locked fingers with his. The sizzle was instantaneous and electric. Probably because Rylie hadn't had a date in over a year. She'd had a few boyfriends, but none of her relationships had ever lasted more than a couple of months. Not that she cared. She couldn't help comparing them to the one man who'd made her heart speed up, just walking into the room. No one else was as brilliant, as kind, as jaw-droppingly handsome. Unknowingly, Jarrett had set an impossible standard, ruining her for every other man. An unfortunate situation, since he'd never considered her anything more than a friend. They'd met when he was a grad student instructor for her computer engineering class. But she'd made the mistake of introducing him to her sister, who'd snatched him like a ripe peach. Carly had dated Jarrett for almost a year before she'd dashed off to Nashville, never looking back.
"I'm so sorry I startled you."
The stranger's voice jerked her back to the present.
"I thought you saw me wave to you when you came out the door."
"I'm kind of oblivious to my surroundings. Unless you waved a flag the size of Great Britain, I wouldn't notice," Rylie murmured, using his grip for balance while she straightened to her knees, then snatched her hand back to safety. She refused to look any higher than his legs, which were encased in some loose pants.
"I hope you won't hold it against me," he said, "especially since we're next-door neighbors."
Ugh, she had a neighbor! Her inner introvert cringed. He probably wanted to be all friendly and chatty. She had to get away. The last thing she wanted was a chummy neighbor to ruin her blessed solitude. As she attempted to stand on her own, her knees slipped in the shifting garbage, and she almost fell again. Suddenly, 2 hands slipped under her arms from behind.